as Mutation Begun, people with invulnerable DNA were identified. An analysis of genomes of more than 500,000 people has for the first time brought to light 13 people who appear to have survived despite serious mutations in their DNA, which are linked to serious childhood diseases. That's 500,000 people, right? 13. Experts have been quick to label these people as genetic superheroes and say the discovery could lead to new therapies in the future. The discovery? Some diseases such as cystic fibrosis can occur in early childhood and are usually due to a mutation in only one gene. Until now, it was thought that anyone with this mutation would inevitably get sick. However, it seems that this is not right in the end. Researchers led by Eric Sand of Mount Icahn Medical School in Mount Sinai, New York, analyzed genetic data from 589,300 healthy people and correlated each person's genetic profile with 584 inherited diseases. 13 people have been identified who, despite their genetic background, have no symptoms of any inherited disease, as one would expect based on their DNA. Scientists do not yet understand the biological reasons for the resilience of these humans. However, they hope to identify the protective agents in DNA, and on the other hand, they believe that they may need to reconsider their views so far on the relationship between genetic mutations and certain diseases. And the obstacle? The problem is that scientists cannot study the 13 superheroes further because all the participants in the research had signed a non-disclosure agreement when they gave DNA samples. Thus, another similar study should follow, in which it will now be possible to reveal the identity of people in order to thoroughly study the secrets that protect them from disease. The discovery was published in Nature Biotechnology. And I've translated this for you from a Greek article. And then mutants caught on camera. When it comes to mutants, our minds almost automatically goes to X-Men, the fantastic group of mutants who become superheroes, some good, some bad. And of course, we meet them starring in a wide variety of comic book series from Marvel Comics Company. In recent years, they have become widespread through motion pictures. But could they actually exist? Humans have strikingly similar genomes. Small variations and variations in DNA could change a person's external characteristics, but possibly also alter their structure. This applies to individuals that rarely are a large group of people or a small population, such as a village or entire city, but they would certainly simply be different from the rest or stand out at a glance, either physiologically or from the possible skills or capabilities they may have possessed. How then could mutated humans really be different from normal people? A good example is the immunity of people to certain diseases and viruses. This because these organisms do not have a protein that the virus uses as a backdoor to invade. Another example is when the body produces fewer red blood cells, and this makes it able to withstand low oxygen environments, a fact that makes people living at high altitudes such as Tibet more resilient. At the same time, they can survive at lower altitudes. To refer to another case, it's that the people with less than 6 hours of sleep a day, every day, can function like us who need 8 or more hours of sleep without any symptoms of fatigue or other serious pathological problems. Of course, all of the above cases that some mutants happen to have are not as impressive as having, say, steel bones like Wolverine, and yet we could say that there are literally such and such since they exist and are examined by science. Steel bones and water properties. They are the Afrikaners, who are the South African ethnic group made up mainly of Dutch settlers who first arrived in the Cape of Good Hope in the 17th and 18th centuries. These people have the exact opposite physical problems of osteoporosis. That is, instead of aging, as they tend to progressively weaken their bone masses, they develop a very special density in their bones, which is constantly increasing as they live. In fact, they have so much strength that their bones behave like unbreakable even after serious car accidents. even if they are mutated with properties that are quite close to some of the Fantastic Marvel. Of course, there are many others, such as the Bajau tribe of Southeast Asia archipelago, that thanks to a mutation in their genome can adapt comfortably under the sea as if it were their natural environment and not land. These were just a few general cases in which mutants live and exist, but in very small proportions in relation to the world population. But beyond all this, there are many well-known mutated people who were immortalized by camera, lens, or cinema. The branded mutants, medical examples of verified human abilities resulted from small changes in the genetic code. They may not reach the level of Marvel superheroes, but they're very impressive, and certainly some of these powers or abilities are inviolable, and would certainly, we'd like to have them, possibly you. Finnish ski Olympian hero Eero Mantiranta had the ability to carry 50% more oxygen into his bloodstream, a feature that is quite advantageous in endurance races. Easily enters a list of book of mutated people, if there were such a thing. Liam Hoekstra, which made headlines in 2009 as the strongest child in the world, as a rare genetic condition in which his body blocks a protein which inhibits muscle growth. People or animals with this deficiency tend to have much larger muscles with less body fat, an innate superpower. This makes Liam Hoekstra, of course, stronger than all his peers without any training. How many everyday people would not want to be mutated with this ability? Michael Lolito, French entertainer, known as Monsieur Magneto, or the gentleman who eats them all. Through his career, Michel ate all kinds of inedible objects like glass, rubber, metal, anything else you can think of. He often enjoyed with mineral oil. One of the most impressive accomplishments was consuming an entire Cessna 150 aircraft, which he ate in small pieces over 2 years. There are two things that happen here. First, Michel seemed to suffer from a disorder known as pica, which is characterized by an appetite for non-consumable foods such as dirt, rocks, and minerals. And there's a lot more here. Elizabeth Taylor, the famous actress, suffered from a rare condition known as dystichia or dystichiasis, in which the lashes arise from an abnormal spot on the eyelid. In her case, Taylor had a double set or otherwise a natural set of lashes, which helped her more than any other in her career as an actress. Dystichia can cause medical problems for some people, but in the case of Elizabeth Taylor, it led her to great film career, worldwide fame, and of course, untold fortune. Without mutations, evolution would not have been possible. Species could never have acquired new abilities or properties. Scientists believe that every time the human genome doubles, there are about 100 new mutations. Some are quite common or completely negligible. However, it would make sense in the future at some point for some mutants to exhibit extraordinary superhuman abilities, capabilities, or qualities that could possibly be compared to those of X-Men. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Let's remember that Noah also was born with blue eyes, and his parents did not think the child was his. Obviously, it was a mutation. So this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.